What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Natty Baps. We back. NFL schedule release 2024. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while. I hope you guys are well. It's been a lot of moving parts in here and behind the scenes of Baptiste Bros. Shabazz would be here. He just got his haircut. He's gonna look like a baddie for his girl. They got a little banquet thing to go to on Friday. But man, I'm excited, man. It's the first time in the off season we've having a conversation. You know, we've talked about free agent signings and stuff, but that was the last time we actually had a conversation. Schedule released today, literally today as we speak. Whenever I get access to it, I'm going to be sharing week one for sure. We were exposed to some of the game's leaks, rumors, and stuff like that. So what I want to do is go over a lot of the games that I saw. I was like, oh, this is definitely something we should definitely talk about, what I'm excited for, and word. Just have a conversation with you guys. Don't know how long the show is going to be. Whenever the official schedule releases for week one, I'm going to showcase it. And yeah. Okay, cool. I think I got the week one games already. Boom, look at that. But before we begin, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. And for the first time in the 2024-2025 season, let's get right to woo. First and foremost, firstly, right, throughout this show, I'm going to be talking about notable games for most teams, okay? But first and foremost, we got to go over week one. That's in terms of notable games, like key games throughout the season, week one, all of them. Every single game is notable. Every single game, every team starts off 0-0. Every single team thinks they have a chance to win the Lombardi. The quest for perfection, the 20-0 campaign, as Nick Wright always claims. Every team week one is going to be even if you're not a fan of football. Football is back on our screens, bro. We back. And week one, it's awesome. It's awesome. Starting with Ravens, Chiefs, Thursday night football. Chiefs having the banner unveiled. That's literally the Super Bowl champs. So what you do versus the Ravens AFC Championship rematch. I personally would have liked the Texans in that spot. Like the Lions last year was that free agency darling, off-season darling of 2023. Get the Texans in there. They have that same Lions feel. Oh, they have the quarterback. Oh, they have a good coach. Oh, they have a good culture. They won a playoff game last year. Let's see what they can do. Put them in that spotlight. But we'll see where they end up going to Kansas City. I think they go to Kansas City. I think so, but we'll figure that out later. Then you also have Friday night Eagles-Packers in Brazil. Firstly, I can't show off my flag. I love Brazil. I've been to Brazil. That's my home away from home. But hey, Brazil's gonna love football. I love the fact that NFL is expanding to different countries. Hey, something that Nick Wright talked about was like an international week where they have like games in Australia, games in China, games. I think slowly but surely we're gonna have more and more games across the world, like opening weekend, like maybe not necessarily Thanksgiving. But stuff like this where everyone's going to watch it regardless, boom, put a team in Brazil. They're trying to expand that market. We'll talk about expanding markets later on in the show. But, man, then we have, like, just the normal games. Like, week one, here's the official first look at week one. Boom. Let's make it happen. So first and foremost, actually, hold on. Let me take off the audio because my fault. I'm doing a lot of talking by myself here. Oh no, I closed it by accident. One man show. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But boom, week one starts Sunday. Steelers at Falcons. Justin Fields potentially starting against his home team that he wanted to start with. Kirk Cousins, first game in Atlanta. Who knows what's going to happen with his Achilles? We got, Michael Penix, shout out to him. He's probably going to not start this season, but who knows what happens. Then Arizona at Buffalo. Buffalo Bills without Stephon Diggs for the first time. With Kyler Murray actually healthy for first time in a minute. And they just drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. That's going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing. How do the new look Cardinals look against an AFC powerhouse? Then Titans at Chicago. Caleb Williams' debut against the Tennessee Titans that have a suspect defense except for Jeffrey Simmons. They just got rid of they actually I lied. They overhauled the defense over the offseason, signing L'Jarius Sneed. They just bought a bunch of receivers over. They have a rebuilt team trying. It's Caleb Williams versus Will Levis. Caleb Williams, C-Dub in Chicago first. Bro, expectations for Caleb Williams are a little bit exaggerated, but I think he has potential to be one of the greats in Chicago history. That's just not hard to do. Then Patriots Bengals off rip. I think the Bengals win just because I don't trust the Patriots. I think they saying Drake May might sit. They saying he might start week 1. Is he ready to go? Who knows? The Bengals, they're in their own turmoil, if you would say, because they have freaking Trey Hendrickson requesting a trade, T. Higgins requesting a trade. They still got to pay Jamar Chase. What in the world is going to happen with the Bengals offseason? We'll figure that out from there. Also, I should say off rip, I think just like pure, no research done, just off the cuff, I think Ravens win. Because the regular season doesn't matter to the Chiefs. It's only in the playoffs. I think Ravens win. I think Packers. I think Steelers, Bills, Bears, Bengals. Then we got CJ Stroud, another MVP candidate. Does he make that extra leap? He already had a fantastic rookie season last year. Does he make an amazing leap next year and become an MVP candidate? Who knows? He goes against Anthony Richardson coming back from his shoulder injury. He had surgery. He was out. He was a dynamic rookie for the first 5 games, but then ends up getting hurt. Who knows what happens if he stays healthy? Do the Colts win the division? It came down to the last game on the season. It came down to the Saturday night game for the AFC South, and the Texans won, and the Colts were out the playoffs. So who knows what would have happened if the Colts win that game? Did CJ Stroud elevate and become that a hero in Houston? But new look Texans, Stephon Diggs coming back. Well, Stephon Diggs is a new arrival. We got Tank Dell coming back from injury. Man, I'm off roof. I think the Texans win. I think the line probably going to be like Texans -2. It's crazy because it's going to be on the road. But man, then we got Jaguars at Miami. Miami's going to be hot as shit, but Jacksonville's also hot as shit, so they're used to it. Is Trevor Lawrence actually going to be healthy? Because Trevor Lawrence and the Jags were like 9-3, 8-3, and then fell off a fucking cliff. They were the 1 seed, and then fell off a cliff and got hurt, and everybody got hurt. They didn't even make the playoffs. So is Trevor Lawrence the prince that was promised? Is he going to take that next leap? And also, he has to get paid. Well, he doesn't have to, but he's eligible to get paid. So is he going to get paid? Same thing with Tua. This is a quarterback. This is going to be a great game. You have 2 quarterbacks who are in the same. I think they're in the same draft. No, they're not in the same draft. Wait, I think they're in the same draft. Point is, no, they're not in the same draft. They're not in the same draft. Tua is a year older. But they're both eligible to get extensions. They both should get extensions. Are they going to before the season kicks off? Who knows? Then, you feel me? You already see it. Panthers, Saints. Come on now. Saints starting off the new season. We got to start off 1-0. We have a gauntlet. I'm going to talk about our gauntlet and how the hell the schedule make it. We have the easiest strength of schedule, but for all intents and purposes, we can start off 0-8. I mean, assuming we don't lose to the Panthers. But if we beat the Panthers, we can legit start 1-7. Like, I'm going to talk about our schedule and what the hell, why do we start so freaking brutal? We got Vikings at Giants. Hey, Daniel Jones is coming off an injury. So, who is there? I don't even know who's the backup. I genuinely don't know. But first look at J.J. McCarthy on the center. Justin Jefferson still needs to get paid. Who knows? Hey, I'm excited. Off rip, probably go Giants. Malik Neighbors has a great game. Oh, then we got the 4 o'clock slate. We got Raiders at Chargers. The Chargers. Man, football, man. I think the Chargers win. Raiders fans travel. Justin Herbert is going to be healthy. First real look at Jim Harbaugh as a coach in the NFL again since his Niners reign. It's gonna be a good game. I got the Chargers winning off rip. Then we got Denver at Seattle. This would have been a fantastic revenge game if Russell Wilson was still there, but he's not anymore. So I don't know. But Seattle kind of was like the mediocre, teetered off at the very end, man. I don't know, but Denver's a fire sale, and I don't know if Bo Nix, I don't know, week one pulls an upset. He might, but who knows? Then Cowboys, Browns, Tom Brady calling this game, his very first game as a broadcaster. That's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. At Cleveland at 425, I thought it would be at Dallas. But no, it's going to be at Cleveland, 425, Tom Brady calling the game. I don't know who his the guy's going to be, his like co-partner. But man, I'm actually excited to hear Tom Brady speak and the coach, and not coach, but commentate. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good time. Then we have Commanders at Bucks at 425. That's gross. But Jaden McDaniels, Jaden Daniels, he starts his reign. He starts his era at Washington. Like against the Tampa Bay Bucks, they won the NFC South. They won the NFC South. They won our division. Not hard to do because it was ass. But hey, there's Baker Mayfield got paid. Mike Evans got paid. They just paid Antoine Winfield Jr. The Bucks are reloading and they're trying to win it again and go further in the playoffs. They won a playoff game last year and had the Lions on the ropes for the most part. So who knows? I'll be pleasantly surprised about the Bucks. I'll be pleasantly surprised. Then we have Sunday Night Football, Rams at Lions. They had an amazing wild card game, as literally the first line says, a rematch of an epic wild card game. Wild card was amazing. This is Matthew Stafford's return home again. So it's not as like emotional because he already had that emotional return in the playoffs, which is insane. Lions coming off an NFC title game appearance. Man, man. And then last but not least, Aaron Rodgers making his return to prime time against the NFC representative of the Super Bowl who lost in overtime. Man, I said week one, all the games I'm excited for. I genuinely am. The first red zone is gonna hit the veins like oof, man. And I'm excited. I really am excited for just like everything that the season has to offer so far. I talked about the Saints in terms of we have a gauntlet. Let me pull up our schedule because I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna make a separate video going into detail about the schedule, like how what's going on and why do we have such a hard schedule at the very beginning of the season. But man, like the primetime games this season, I'm gonna list them out. There's a lot to talk about today. There's a lot. I'm glad it was just me. Because it was me and Renault. Oof, I don't know if we could both talk at the same time. You feel me? Team schedules. Pulling it up. Saints. Schedule. Thank you. Oh, work. So week one. So yeah, here is the Saints schedule to start the season. I don't like it. To start the season, I hate it, but then it gets easier at the end. So again, we host the Panthers week one. Then we go to Dallas, which again, Dallas, hey, we're gonna be tomato cans, as Chris Broussard tells us. Right? Then home against Philly, winnable, but who knows? Then at Atlanta, at Kansas City, home against Tampa, and then Thursday night against the Denver Broncos. That's crazy. Like off rip, and then we also play the Chargers and the Rams as well. Like again, the first 8 weeks of the season. Right now, off rip, like we probably are gonna be underdogs in 7 of 8, maybe 6, because we're home against Tampa and we're home against the Eagles. But 5 of 8 will be underdogs in. We're gonna be underdogs at Atlanta, at Kansas City, home against Denver. We probably are favorites. So okay, so 4-4. 4-4, just based off of pure vibes at this moment in time. That doesn't sound too exciting to me. It doesn't. I wish it wasn't. But hey, it is what it is. Like we do have an easy schedule towards the back end. We host Atlanta. We host the Cleveland Browns. We host the Rams. Like we have some, and then we go to New York, which I wish was a week later because I would go to that game. And then we host the Commanders, and this is where I'm like, ugh. Like the last 3 games are gonna be ugh. We go to Green Bay Monday Night Football. Then we host the Raiders, a Derek Carr revenge game, which he might not even be a starter at that time. and then at Tampa to close the season out to potentially win the division. Like right now, I'm saying 10-7. 10-7 right now. I have to dig deep and actually look into it. But during I'll make a video relatively soon about the schedule and what should we do, whatever. But if you look at the screen, ladies and gentlemen, I have our key games: Cowboys, Chiefs, Broncos, Packers, Chargers, and Rams. And then obviously we play the Falcons twice with Kirk Cousins. We play the Bucks twice. We split both of them. So we're gonna beat the Panthers. That's fine. We're gonna beat the Giants. We're gonna beat those teams. We're gonna beat. We're gonna beat the teams that we beat the teams that we should beat. But then with the mediocrity or like the teams that are like contenders, we lose those games. But getting us 3 primetime games, no Sunday night games, which I'm fine with. But at Kansas City, at Green Bay, that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. And I wish Renell was here, but I'm here, so I'm gonna talk about his games. Ravens key games. Man, the AFC, like, just take a step back for a second. I'm grateful we play in the NFC. Because the AFC, if you win the AFC division, you play a terrible schedule. Like, a terrible schedule. Because especially with the Ravens. Because you play the Steelers twice, the Bengals twice, and the Browns twice. That's 6 tough games off rip. Off rip every year, no matter what. Defenses, games, throw the records out the window. Shit's going to suck anyway. Then you got the Chiefs, who won the division, who, again, Super Bowl champions. You got the Texans, up and coming, CJ Stroud, dog. Bills just always are complicated and make things messy. And fun fact, they play the Giants in New York, and Renell is going to go to the game. I said Renell, my fault. Shabazz, my fault. Shabazz is going to be going to the game. Me and him, and Mr. Matt, we've been to a Jets-Saints game. But this will be the first time, I think ever, that Matt would see a Giants game. So, Giants live with Renell, Ravens Giants. That's gonna be a hilarious game. Like, it's gonna be hilarious for me because I'm gonna be like, that's none of my business. That's none of my business. But then some other notable matchups to watch out throughout the season. Like, Chiefs play a schedule. They play a schedule. Like, they're gonna beat the Broncos twice. They're gonna beat the Raiders. They're probably gonna split against the Raiders. But quarterback wise, off rip, they play 5 of the top 6. Lamar, Justin Herbert twice, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud. And they play the Super Bowl rematch. That's insane to me. Like, absolutely insane. I mean, they are the champs and they handle it all the time. Like, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I think they're ready to handle it. Looking at, is there anything that the Chiefs have to worry about? Like any other game that I didn't mention. No. Oh, shit. They played. Oh. Okay. So confirmed with the Texans game, the Chiefs-Texans is week 16, 1 p.m. on a Saturday. So they got one of the Saturday games week 16. That's crazy. The Saints play the Packers week 16 on Monday Night Football. And that's going to be, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, NFL. Good job. Well done. Then you also got like other key games sprinkled in with them. You got the Rams. I say the Rams. You got the Bears, Lions on Thanksgiving, CW. There's so much optimism that I love for my friend Corbett, one of my good friends. Like, I love the optimism. Love it. But I think you got to pull the brakes up a little bit. Pull the brakes up a little bit. But, hey, another key game that they play CW, Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud, week 2, Sunday Night Football. That's going to be electric. Like, that's going to be amazing to watch. Is Caleb Williams' team equivalent to the Houston Texans at this moment in time? Time will tell. But, my upset alert. Early upset alert. Like, man, like, whoo. Then, it's so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, man. So excited. Lions, Niners, NFC title game rematch. They had a chance to go to the freaking Super Bowl. That's going to be Monday Night Football week 17, so the week before the last week of the season. Monday Night Football in Santa Clara. Bro, they had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They were up 17. And choked it away. So that they're itching for that fight again. They're itching for a chance of redemption. So are the Lions was the Lions a fraudulent team? Was that a 1 year, hey, lightning struck and everything worked out? Or was it just, is it a standard now? They just paid Jared Goff $212 million for 4 years, $170 million guaranteed. They just paid Amon-Ra St. Brown. They just paid Penei Sewell. So they got cornerstones on their franchise with Jahmyr Gibbs, with Sam Laporta, with Brian Branch. Like, they got guys that they're this is I don't think it's a one-hit wonder. I think the Lions are going to be a consistent threat in the NFC for years to come, starting with Jared Goff. And as crazy as that to say, I never thought I would actually say that. But man, like, whew, I'm happy for them. And shout out to them. The Lions they play 4 games at 4:25. They play 6 games at 1 o'clock. And I'm trying to think how many games they play. 6 standalone. 6 standalone games in prime time. 6 standalone, 5 prime time, and the Thanksgiving game. They're going national. They're going national. People are going to be putting their eyes on the Detroit Lions. Because if you didn't know before, you're going to know now that the Detroit Lions are here to stay, which is crazy to think and say in 2024. Absolutely crazy. Then the next key game, Bills at Texans. When do they play? Let me find out. Let me find out for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Let me find out for y'all real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Texans play Buffalo Bills week 5. Host. So Stephon Diggs against his old team. Week 5. 1 o'clock. Not a primetime game. Not a 4 o'clock game. 1 o'clock. That's going to be the key game on Red Zone, probably. But man, whew. Then, of course, you got to talk about the revenge game. Eagles, Giants, Saquon Baquan revenge game. Let me find out when that is for you, ladies and gentlemen. Find out when it is for you. Give me a second. I'm scrolling. I'm doing a lot of scrolling. I apologize. At Philly. To be determined. Damn, they don't have the key game. Oh, there's so much work to find out. When I find out, I'll find out for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. But man, Saquon going back home to New York, revenge game. Point blank period. It's a revenge game. And I have somebody texting me 17-0 for the Jets. I believe that when I see it. Falcons at Vikings at some point in the season. Wait for it. I got you guys. Wait for it. I got you guys. Wait for it. Sorry. Oh, they didn't have that as a key game? That's dumb. Oh, week 14. Oh, they go to Minnesota? Oh, yeah, I said that. Duh, I'm an idiot. But yeah, week 14. Not a Sunday night game, not a primetime game. 1 o'clock game. It's interesting. That's interesting. Week 14. They also, for some reason, they got primetime slots. They got some. Whew. They got some games. I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking for. Damn. I know they play the Chiefs Sunday Night Football at week 3. Week 3. So Sunday Night Football, the primetime slates. Let me just take a gander at that. Let me take a gander real quick. No, Sunday Night Football. So the first 3 Sunday Night Football weeks are awesome. Like, at 4. The first 4 are awesome. Rams, Lions, week 1. Bears, Texans. Chiefs, Falcons. And then Bills, Ravens. Sunday Night Football. Then it goes a little bit of Cowboys, Steelers, and then Bengals, Giants, whatever. The next good one, of course, Cowboys, Niners. That's going to be a fantastic game. Then week 10, which I didn't even know they played each other, but I'm actually really excited for this game. Lions at Texans. Week 10, Sunday Night Football. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, might be the sneaky best game of the entire season. Dude, we do calls Unfortunately, no, we do not take calls, but we take comments. So please leave your comments. Subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to our YouTube channel. Same thing. Baptiste Bros. Subscribe. Leave comments. We definitely take comments, and we definitely have. Hey, it's a conversation. I like talking. I'm a teacher, but hey, I like answering questions. So we do not take calls, unfortunately. But what was I saying? Yeah, I think Texans, Lions, Week 10, sneaky best game of the entire season. Because no one's going to talk about it. No one's going to talk about it now. I'm putting my stake in it right now. I think the Lions and Texans have potential to be the best game of the entire season. Because the Texans are what the Lions were last year. And as I try to clean my camera, because I have a low, there we go. The Lions are what the Texans were. The Texans are what the Lions were last year. Up and coming. They got a playoff win, but now people thought the Lions would take that next step, and they did. They won the division, and they won 2 playoff games, and then they were in the NFC title game and had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. The Texans have the hype that have that same kind of feel where they have expectations now. The last time the Texans had any type of expectations was Deshaun Watson. So now they have a chance to do something special. Win a division. Go 11-6, 12-5. Host multiple playoff games. Win multiple playoff games. And then get to an AFC title game where you probably play Kansas City, probably play Baltimore, probably play Cincinnati, and hope for the best. Man, I really, really, really love that schedule. Or at least love that game. And then also, last but not least, certainly not least, Netflix purchasing 2 games. 2 games. We got 2 games on Christmas Day. It's a Wednesday. So for the first time since like 2020, we'll have a game on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The only day of the week we don't have a game is Tuesday. Not even for some reason, for like the right reasons. But Steelers, Texans, Chiefs, Steelers, and Ravens, Texas on Christmas Day. Whew, man, that's some bangers. That's some bangers. That's some bangers. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's some bangers, y'all. I like it. I like it. I love this time of year because people think about like, oh, we're gonna go 17-0, or we're gonna do it. Like it's genuinely optimism. Now, there's some teams that don't have it, like freaking Panthers and Commanders or whatever, Patriots. They're just trying to survive and win a couple games and have some hope. So, but I think right now, I don't have much planned for the show. I think the team. So, I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a couple of bold predictions. First and foremost, let me look at the Chiefs' schedule. Because the Chiefs play 2 tough games back to back to start the season. Like really start the season. It's absolutely crazy. Like let me look at you. Hold on. Wait a minute. Chiefs. Yeah, so they play. This was 2023. Oh my God! Why would I want the 2023 schedule? Why would I want the 23? What are we doing? Kansas City? Okay, boom. They play 4 tough quarterbacks to start the season. Lamar and the Ravens, the Bengals week 2, the Falcons Sunday Night Football week 3, and then the Chargers week 4. Then they play the Saints Monday Night Football, and they have an early ass bye before they play Super Bowl rematch week 7 against the Niners. As I have roommates who are in class right now. They suck. Anywho, so again, the first 6 games are 5. Okay. Sorry. 4 of, 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 6 are against teams that made the playoffs last year. And then the Saints almost made the playoffs. Chargers always played them tough. And the Falcons are the Falcons, which a new revamped team. So the Chiefs, I'm not saying they're going to start off like 0-6. That's ridiculous. They're going to win a couple games. They're probably going to beat the Saints. But watch out for a little bit of are the Chiefs washed conversation. Like, they play two of the top three teams in the AFC to start the season, and then they play the Niners after the bye. But luckily for them, so again, it's like they're perfectly positioned to face these teams because they play the Ravens to start the season, so it's extended bye. They can actually be the freshest they will ever be against the Ravens, and then they have from Thursday all the way to Sunday. Again, so that's a 10-day gap between the Ravens game and then the Bengals game. And then, Sunday Night Football, whatever, week after. And then the Niners game is after a bye. And Andy Reid is fantastic after byes. So it's a lot. There's a lot, not necessarily riding on the start of the season, but they're like, you'd rather play the teams now. Like, you'd rather play the Ravens early. You'd rather play the Bengals early. Especially with the time off. You'd rather play them early than late. Especially the Ravens running with Derrick Henry. And yeah, Renell and Shabazz and Matt are talking about, hey, that Giants game week 15. Hold on. But hey, man, there's a lot that I want to talk about, man. Yeah, Shabazz literally just texted me saying he's definitely going. So it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And according to NFL.com, week 12, Monday Night Football, Ravens, Chargers is the best primetime game in the entire schedule. As I am going to scroll and show you guys what the top 10 are. So you have top 10, you have the Dallas Cowboys. I'm surprised they didn't put Lions Texans. I'm surprised. They should have. That's again. See, no one's gonna be talking about it. I think that game has potential to be an amazing game. Probably, again, like I said, the best game of the season. But Cowboys, Niners, always a juggernaut, always an awesome game. Packers, Eagles in Brazil. That shit's gonna be as electric as shit. And it's Friday. Awesome. Broncos, Saints. Sean Payne coming home. Thursday Night Football. New Orleans is gonna be rocking. We haven't been doing too well on Thursday Night Football. We lost like the last three. We lost against the Cardinals 2 years ago. We lost to the Jags and the Rams last year. So we're not doing so hot on Thursday Night Footballs. But week 7, we'll figure it out by then, hopefully. Then we got CW versus, again, week 2, Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud. That's, Lions, Niners, talked about that. It's one of the games I'm looking forward to. That's week 17. Like 2 days before New Year's. They got to get that taste out of their mouth. Final game of 2024. Literally, yeah. Word. Ravens, Chiefs, week 1. Everyone's looking forward to that game. Rams, Lions, week 1. Sunday Night Football. Everyone's looking to that game. Texans, Cowboys. That's a Monday night game. Yes, I called it. I told Shabazz earlier today. I said, Texans, Cowboys should have been Thanksgiving. It should have been Thanksgiving, but I'm proud and happy that they didn't put it on Thanksgiving. They get their own vibe. Monday Night Football, week 11. That's gonna be fire. It's the day before Thanksgiving. It's like the games before Thanksgiving. So that's interesting. That's all I gotta say. It's interesting. That's all I can say on that. Then you got Jets, Niners, week 1, Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers coming back is fine. I don't know what the Jets gonna do so well. Like, I don't know. And then last one, like I said, Ravens, Chargers to start. That's the best primetime game according to NFL.com. A lot of my thoughts, I agree with most of them. I just think that the Lions Texans game is going to be severely underlooked and underrated now. But when we get closer to it, it's going to be like Lions are like 7-3, Texans are like 7-3. Is this a Super Bowl preview? Like, I think those are the conversations that can be happening around that time of week 10. But man, and shout out to Mr. Matt, just overall, like, I love that guy. But Renell, he's happy with the schedule. Shabazz and Matt are thinking about going to the game together, which is going to be awesome. I think the Ravens are going to go probably the 1 seed again. But we in there. I got nothing else, ladies and gentlemen. This was a quicker show than usual. I know, I know. More of content will be coming soon. I got I got some things I'm working on behind the scenes. I'm looking into moving. I'm moving into a new city. I got a new job. I'm still teaching, but I'll be teaching high school next year. Gotta finish off this school year. There's a little bit of things behind the plate, but don't worry. Content will be coming from myself, from Shabazz, from guests. Again, we don't take calls, but leave your comments down below to let me know what your team is. Let me know what you think your schedule, how your schedule turned out. When is your bye week? I think the Saints have a late bye this year. I can tell you guys right now, if you give me 2 seconds, the Saints have a week 12 bye. So, not bad, not bad, not bad, not too. Yeah, we got so it literally it's like an extended vacation, kind of. We get to celebrate Thanksgiving with our families, which is cool. Like I said, our family. But again, I talked about it, fandom is we in there, we family. Unless there's something else, that's all I have to say. I love you guys. I love making content. I love football. We here, we back. NFL schedule release 2024-2025 season. That's all I gotta say. I'm Natty Baps. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and live your life like we said before. Hey, in these four things: football, faith, family, and
Vindication.